Hey there folks, and welcome back. I'm Chris from iLather.com, and today we're going to do a shaving video. We're going to shave the head with Saponificio Bignoli. And there's the name of the cream. Beautiful smelling cream. I just had a great face shave with it, and we're going to repeat that with the head and put on a little Mersol emulsion, or however you say that. You can feel a little menthol in it. I don't know if it makes an appreciable difference in terms of the quality of the head shave, but we'll go with it. We're going to be using Razorock Hawk single edge razor, and let's go ahead and wet the head and get started. Stay tuned. All right, so let's see how we do with our Saponificio Bignoli. Like I said, I had a great head shave with it. It was really nice, did a great job, and I was talking about during my head shave how important I'm finding qualities like residual slickness, because you have to go over your head a number of times in certain spots because they are tough to get because of the curves or, you know, things of that nature. I'm finding that slickness and residual slickness is some of the more important qualities in soaps. It's not so much the way the lather looks, but the way the lather performs in terms of slickness and that residual slickness, and that is very much exemplified by things like the head slick, which you can barely see. It's like you poured milk on your head, but it works excellently. So let's get going today and see how we do with our single edge shave. And one of the things about head shaving, folks, for those of you who don't head shave, if you're watching, the head, the skin up there is very thin, so it doesn't offer anything in the way of quarter. You can cut yourself in a New York minute, as they say, so you have to really focus and be careful, or at least that's what I'm finding. I'm only a week in with head shaving, but I'm learning quite a bit each time I do it. And probably the biggest thing that I've learned so far is it is more difficult than face shaving, and things like residual slickness that let you go over the same spot, as I said earlier, is really, really important. Shaving with things like the head blade is quite a bit easier because it sort of hugs your head as you go around the contours. A traditional razor where it's fixed, you sort of have to adjust your angle to keep it going, and that angle is always changing because of the curves and contour of your head. So considerably more difficult to shave with a DE than a cart or a head blade or something with a pivot. It does make it quite easy. On your face, since you're always in this position, you just adjust a little bit, but with the head, it is, in my view, quite a bit more difficult. And that's what I have found so far. Actually use my left hand over here on this spot because it will be easier. And once again, make sure you are protecting those ears, folks, so you don't nick them. It is not hard to do, and I have done it, as you've heard in the previous shaving videos. And that was a nice first pass. This shaving cream is really good quality, and I think I've got enough moisture up there to just proceed on with the next pass. This stuff is slick and very, very good. Very good quality artisan cream. In fact, probably the best artisan cream that I've ever used. Now, I'm talking artisan cream. And probably one of the better creams that I've ever used of any style, mass-produced or artisan. Just nice stuff, in my view. Works really, really well. Has worked beautifully for me. And it's got a great scent to boot. So there is that. And let's get going from back to front, see how this goes. Getting stuff all over my shirt, which is of course the norm. Yeah, I tell you, I always thought that head shaving was probably a little more difficult, but I don't think I appreciated um, the level of difficulty because of all the curves and contours and the fact that you really have to keep adjusting that angle if you want it to be cutting, because as you know with the DE, once you hit a certain angle, you are no longer cutting. Now with the razors like the head blade, it'll do the adjusting for you, so that makes it quite easy and really efficient. But with traditional double-edged razors, it's not going to do any adjusting for you, so you're going to have to do all of that yourself, and you know, it requires a little bit more effort, obviously quite a bit more work, but you know, it does the job, that I can tell you. And you can feel this doing its work. I don't know if these single edge razors with the Artist Club style blades are optimum for head shaving, simply because they're so wide that really only a portion of that blade is shaving, the middle portion, or whatever portion you happen to have in contact with your head, and the rest is just sort of hanging out there. So it's kind of wearing the blade in the middle but not on the sides. I don't think this is probably an optimum, other than the side of my head there that's flat. When you're going around the top and a lot of the curvy areas, it's not making contact. So for that reason, I would say this style of razor is probably not the ideal sort of razor, other than the side of my head there, like I just mentioned. And as many people have mentioned, if you're new to shaving your head, feel is far more important than what you're able to see. It helps to see, you know, in the mirror, but as far as the back goes, you can really feel it when you've gotten it adequately versus not. And once again, you can see here this residual slickness of this cream is allowing me to go over those spots, and that's very important, I found, with head shaving. It has really taught me quite a bit in this last week. I would say that I'm much more aware of slickness, and in particular residual slickness, than I ever was before, and that is a great thing. I'm learning, folks. I'm learning right there with you. Okay, let me rinse the face and we'll come back for the post. Stay tuned. And all right, in comes the Magic Made by Witches Thayers Witch Hazel. And we'll do a little conditioning of the skin here. Make sure we got some good moisturizing going on, astringent and all the rest. Really, really nice. Let's review the gear before we move on to our aftershave. We start off with a little Mersol emulsion. I don't know if it makes any difference or not, to be honest with you. I can't really tell. It may or may not. Saponificio Bignoli, really good artisan cream. I liked it a lot, and that is the particular flavor of the soap. Razorock Silvertip Plissoft did an excellent job, and the Razorock Hawk. I would say this sort of razor for me is not optimum for head shavings, because the only flat area where the entire blade makes contact is the sides of my head, nowhere else. It's just using the metal, so I say not optimum, although I did get a pretty good shave out of it. So I still love the razor for face shaving, but it's not great for head shaving, in my opinion. All right, in comes the aftershave, which is Folsom and Company Capri. Nice citrusy scent, sort of reminds me of Razorock XXX or Aqua de Parma. And we'll finish this shave off with a beautiful aftershave, and we'll be ready to get this day started. Hopefully get some sunshine today. It's been rainy the last few days, but hoping for some sunshine today to get outside and do some work in the yard. Okay, folks, thanks as always for watching, and until next time, let's help make the entire world shave great once again.